Well, good morning, sunshine. I hope that you slept well. I hope that you are ready to start your day. It's Daily Insight on Life and Love for February 25th, 2021. Also, timeless. So, wherever you're catching this, it could be relevant, but it's not. You know the deal. Either stick around, laugh at my antics, and enjoy the show. Let's see, let it fall away. You can always ask questions about booking a session. What else? Yeah, I really hope that this resonates. We're kicking this off with Rider Waite, and well, it's going to be an interesting read. I can already tell that if you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the bell for notifications. I'm glad that you're here. Let's see what's up because it's something. All right, we have what seems to be a loss is not a loss. I'm telling you this, that you have to look at this for the opportunity and the angle that it is. I was reading the Law of Relativity earlier, and you'll see it in this video, and I'm probably going to read it in a minute, was what I'm really meaning to say. This, what seems to be a loss in your life, is really setting off a series of events that's going to give you the result that is behind this. That is exactly what you would have prayed for. This is so much better what's coming in. The art of letting go of this perceived failure, really just ride this. It's something that if you try to hang on to this situation with a death grip, you are going to hurt so bad. Spirit is telling you, surrender. All right. The stream is trying to bring you to a certain way. The tide, not the tide, the current is picking up. For the love of God, go with the current on this. You have no idea where it's bringing you. It's not meant to be revealed right now, but a series of events are happening right now for you to get something that is so unimaginable right now. So we're going to see what this could be detailing with. I want to read the raw. I'm going to read the raw relativity. I'm going to read the law of relativity. All right. I'm so in love with this book. I'm so glad that I've been posting videos on this. Okay. Are you ready for this? Let me just adjust you right now. Are you comfortable? Is your seat okay? Are you driving? Better not be driving. Okay. Universal Law 9, the law of relativity. So this universal law states that each person will receive a series of events. This is tests, initiations, for the purpose of strengthening the light within. Well, thank you so much, light. I didn't know I was that dim. Seriously, this is going to ruffle some feathers. But once we get our heads out of our tuchuses, we'll be able to understand this a little bit more. I get it. If you can hear the dogs in the background, they're protecting me from God knows what. I don't enjoy it. This is not one of my favorite things. I love them, but seriously, that barking, it's just, he's a hound. No, he's a beagle. Okay, back to the law of relativity. Okay, when we see these tests as lessons for growth, we stay connected to our hearts. And we grow and become stronger from these lessons. I'm going to go get them to be quiet. I may or may not have just playfully berated a dog who looked at me like I was making a fool of myself. Honestly, it's what I aim for. So you ready to finish this one up? This is so silly. I love and hate this law because it is ruffling some feathers. Maybe if it's not ruffling with you, definitely hitting a note on me. Just putting it out there. So this education teaches us to compare our lessons to others' lessons in order to put everything in its proper perspective. No matter how challenging our lessons are, others around us may be experiencing more difficult lessons in life. The eighth law concerns how we view an object, incident, or event and our interpretation. I think that they actually did I think they may have done a typo on that because we're on law 9 and this isn't really going towards the end. Anyway, so let's figure this out. Okay, Nothing is bad or good until we interpret it to be so. So when you witness an object, incident, or an experience in life, it will not take on an energy until you interpret it. This interpretation will be based on your past experiences. You will look at a situation and then compare it to something that is negative or positive based on the past. When you observe a situation and compare it to something more difficult than the situation at hand, it starts to look better. This can also happen in the opposite, where if we look at a situation and then compare it to something that feels and looks better, then the situation at hand looks worse. Wouldn't you know it? The key here is nothing is good or bad until you relate it to something else. With this law, we find that all things are relative to each other. All of the laws are relative to each other and interconnected and are really all one. There is no bad or good, right or wrong, until we compare it to something else. Now this says you can look at other people's lives and you can understand that, hey, they might be going through something worse. It's really all a matter of perspective. You're not going to know what it's like to look through someone else's eyes and live the life that they did with the experiences that they had and have the same point of view. There is no comparison. This is really important to look at your experiences and your growth. What's going on the outside, it may be completely inaccurate to what's going on in another person's inside. So it's really imperative to stay focused on you. Of course you can have support, and of course you can have this enlightenment. But don't forget to be in the moment. Know that this moment, if it's bad or good, it's going to pass. So if this is something that is filling you with anxiety or fear, then just know that this is going to pass. If this is something that is absolutely enamoring you with a sense of love or whatever the positive energy is, appreciate it, because this moment is not going to last forever. You are in a constant state of evolution, a constant state of ascension and leveling up even. So that's my rant for the moment. Let's continue with your reading. And again, if this doesn't resonate, I really hope that you're enjoying the show, but I'm really glad that you're here. So we're going to kick this off yet again. We read our piece. I'm probably going to do it until all the 12 laws are there, and then I'm going to take this elsewhere. Okay, you. Let's see. Not feeling this for the reading, so check the timestamps for the mini reads. There's an intimidation factor with you. You may have that resting mean face going on. That is something that is very much learned in a person. This can be something that develops over years of exposure to whatever it is that you needed to defend yourself from. It doesn't have to be horrifying. I get it. We all have different stories. But this is something that you've been exposed to so much in your life that to avoid the situation and weed out any sort of weakling or weak energy, you put on this face that would deter them. And now this is saying it's gotten to a point of preventing you from being intimate with another person. It doesn't have to be sexual. It doesn't have to be romantic. But there's an avoidance of union here. Union, intimacy. So we have the teacher card. So the ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, and wisdom. Ooh. Now, as I'm sitting here and talking to you, talk about your experiences and what led you to this situation, the moment, even the apprehension, which I think that you may be feeling at this time. Communicating this and finding your support and discussing what your fears are in this is really what's going to be setting you free in it. That's pretty wild. I love that you are getting a clear picture on your intimidation. It's not what you want to lead with. So this is you working through it. And I do see that this is going to be where support is coming in. Talk about your experiences, whatever the event was. You have the support. It does feel like you're at some form of an emotional rock bottom. So this is where you are being told to surrender. Yep, that's right. I just did a dot, dot, dot up into these cards, which were part of the mini reads. So the cracked open is talking about the rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. The great severing, Mars energy. Ooh. I think my Mars is in Virgo. Pretty sure about that. Okay, anger, conflict, softening to love. Okay, Star family, you are part of a team of souls. Call in for support. Yep, okay, yep. Horus energy, protection, loyalty, safety, trust. And then we have, you'll survive this, new solutions and new beginnings. I'm feeling the breakdown happening in your life, whatever the direction of it is. It's so important that you experience this. This break is one of the last barriers of this self-imposed prison or this false prison that you have been set up in. This is where the breakdown happens, and you are looking at everything with such exquisite and precise eyes, and it's no stone left unturned with this. And I feel like your support, your soul family, they're coming in so you can just come unglued in this. I do feel like this is a massive support, and your breakdown is something that is going to be completely encased. I feel like you're in a dome, and it's protecting you from the outside harsh energies, because you don't need to experience being kicked while you're down in this. I do see that you have a lot of sympathy and compassion being brought up in others. I feel like somebody is sitting there with you in this mess, talking you through it, or just letting you be listened to. Because I feel like there is a lot that you are working out in your head. There's a lot of things that need to be said to you to have something fall into place. New information might be gifted to you in this one. And I think that this might be the final straw that breaks the camel's back. But I also think, again, this is necessity. Oh, you're going to survive this. I know how bleak a rock bottom can feel, how a dark night of the soul can feel when you can't see the future beyond this moment, or you can't even daydream about life anymore. I know how that can be, and you don't need to let that be your shutdown in this. This is saying, let the ashes settle, let everything fall wherever it needs to. You don't need to see the big picture and why this is happening in your life right now. But it will have an answer moving forward. Everything is up around you in this godforsaken chaos. You can't see clearly. And if you did, you wouldn't be able to be fully immersed in this situation and down the road look back at this in appreciation, knowing that you did a final call on something and that you made a final decision on something, and it's truly whatever set you free in this. You have so much that's coming up to you on the other side of this. I literally feel a door closing on this situation, but now we have to just wipe this slate clean and feel it out in all of its entirety, and then get rid of it with everything else, and then step into a new room of our life and have it be completely barren so you can actually start to fill it. You don't need to see tomorrow. You don't need to see the future right now. You don't need to fight through whatever this bleakness is. It's telling you to just allow yourself to sit with it, and don't worry about the details of it. When you have depleted whatever this pain is, whatever this energy is, on the other side of this is a clear new day. And I really feel like this is when you'll be in a very fragile state, but it's going to be something that it has a lot of pliable energy around it. I just spat. If you saw that, congratulations. But you're being cracked open. And I know how unbearable this can be. If all you can do is breathe and sit there, then that is what you need to do. If you're not feeling safe, then I'm not kidding. Reach out to somebody and get help. Nowhere in that could I ever be kidding. If you do anything that you can't undo, or if you do anything to harm yourself or another, I'm going to jump through the screen and kick your butt in the best way possible. I'm not kidding. If you're not in a safe position, go get help. Birthing, creation, tapestry of life and expression. You're birthing something new. This is labor pains. You are about to deliver something gorgeous to life. And you're going to fall head over heels in love with it. Whew. Very intense messages. Not even upset, no. So we know that this is tower moments. I know that you're probably screaming at the camera or your phone, whatever you're watching this on. You're done with the tower moments. Me too. However, there's your will and then there's Spirit's will, which it kind of has a higher hand than you. So it's looking at you saying, no, no more. I'm done. And it's like, that's nice. And your higher self is going, because it knows exactly where you're going. It doesn't give a crap about the current struggle because all it can see is the destination that you can't even bear to look at right now, but it's there. And you know what? You're going to love it. This, what you are feeling, whatever this despair is, know that what you want is on the opposite end of the emotional spectrum, and that feels like heaven. That feels like heaven on earth. So let's see. Spirit, to get through what seems to be a pure emotional S-storm and upheaval in life, what's your advice? I mean, can you give us a bone here? I mean, what? I don't want to deal with any more tower moments. I'm done with it, aren't you? You know what? Whatever it is, we're going to survive. You know why? Because we are the high priestess, aren't we? We are the magic manifestors. We are the intuitives. We are something that is in this great mosaic quilt of life. You don't see how important your thread is. You don't see how colorful it is. You don't even get to see the picture of it right now, but you are playing a thread that is not running out anytime soon. You don't see the beauty that you are yet you're intertwining with all these other threads and part of something that is a big, beautiful picture. All right, more advice. Don't try and spiritual bypass anything. This is going to be a slow process. The more that you fight this situation, the slower it's going to go. It's waiting for you to stop kicking and screaming and having your spiritual tantrum and be like, are you done? And then we leave in a huff like, fine. Let whoever needs to remove themselves from your life or from communication, let whoever is pulling away or going in a different direction, let them go. It'll save you a lot of hurt in the long run, and it's going to be something where it's an energy pulling. And I think that both sides are ready to pull this cord. So they're not leaving with the cord. You're not leaving with the cord. It's going into the ether. It's going to be absorbed back into spirit. It's done. There's no connection to it anymore. It's done. This was something that has been breaking for a very long time. And I know that on the other side of this is it feels like personal connections, but it feels like the best big connections that you could have ever hoped for. I really feel like this is the opposite feeling of whatever you are feeling right now. If you're feeling joy, please don't be terrified. This reading is not going to be for everybody. This is some section in your life that feels like it has completely fallen apart. And if that isn't your story, don't think that this has to be your story. I don't want you living in fear. I don't want you thinking that everything's going to go to crap. If this isn't ringing true for you, then let it go. But also, if this reading is terrifying you, understand this is not the end of the story, and it's going to get better. You don't need to be afraid. All you need to do is surrender to this. There's nothing that you need to work on. You just need to let this go, face the uncomfortable nature of this, and then recover. You are the victor. You are the victor because you are doing the work to get through this. And then we have, there's a light at the end of the tunnel. This is a long journey that's coming to a close in your life. Let's see. The Two of Cups is on here too. The Two Cups, this is soul unions. It's divine magic at play. It's some of the most beautiful magic you can imagine. And then we have taking a leap into temperance. You're not foolish. You're going incredibly optimistic and lighthearted. And this is what Spirit is trying to do. It's trying to shake you of all that heavy dirt that you've been carrying around for so long. You don't need to carry it. And I want to get some final cards. Look, this is not what you could have envisioned this situation to be in your life. You're going to have to let some people go, and that's more than okay. Your heart is going to be in a place where it's not going to let you fall flat on your face. You'll be able to process this slowly. You're not happy to let them go. I get it. This idea that you have of them, how important and how vital and how present they're supposed to be in your life, I got it. It's time to set them free. And this is, in turn, freeing yourself. And then you have the whole world. You have the whole world in your hands. You are a beautiful spirit. You're worthy of so much in this. It's not the end. This is a chapter that is throwing you into this wonderful, new, amazing book that you are co-creating with Spirit. And you want to know what? You have done the time to deserve all of this. I truly feel that you are entitled to greatness, and it's yours. I really hope that this made sense, and I hope that it gave you some sort of insight and hope that this is going to come to an end. And there's so many brighter things for you. If you have questions about booking your session, my email address is below and in the description. And you can find me on any social platform. So DM me and definitely say hello. Let me know where you are in the world. And I'll talk to you soon. You know that this doesn't end at midnight. So until next time, stay safe, have fun, and know how you're just loved and appreciated in this world. Thank you for showing up. Talk to you all soon. Go ahead and watch the video I posted about relativity because, oh my God, yeah, hey, this seems like the great initiation. It feels like you're doing some sort of a hazing by Spirit to get into this, the sorority or the fraternity of, I don't know, whatever it is your ascension looks like. This is brutal. This is a pain in the tuchus. Like, I don't want to deal with the stresses that are going on in your life. It's just like, why would this be a thing? Spirit is saying you're going to be able to overcome this. This is the surrender. Understand the hard lessons that you're dealing with right now are purely for you to work through, and it's a tool building time. Whatever this is for, it's going to be to help you and aid you down the road with something else that might come about to jog this. So this conflict, it's only conflict if you try to hang on to it. You're going to have support. You're going to survive. You're going to be taken care of. I hope that this made sense. Go rock it. And I wish I could hug you because this is brutal. How often are you accused of having that resting mean face going on? That's a very learned thing that you have had to do. And this is something that at this point comes very natural to you. This is massively intimidating to other people, but this is good because this is going to weed out any sort of weak energy around you. This is also a barrier on your part because you have a fear of some sort of intimacy in your life. It doesn't have to be sexual or romantic, but there is a fleeing from intimacy. So this, when you use your face, when you use your whatever your defenses are, this is going to shut people down immediately. So this is actually talking about learning how to communicate with others, about getting to the clear intentions that they could have in your life and what you are willing to accept. You can use your voice with this one. You don't have to use your face. They can get beyond that barrier with you and open up. I hope that this made sense. Stay safe, have fun. It looks like you're ready to take a grand leap into something in your life. A lot of synchronicities have been telling you, get ready or it's time. This is wish fulfillment that's going on right now. And this is also a risk. This is a risk that you deem worth taking. You're protected in this transition. You have support coming in. You're going to be protected. You're not going to fall flat on your face. Let yourself receive the opportunity, the gift, the open door, or the open window, however you want to see it. It's time for you to let your anxieties rest in your life. And it's time for you to break away from some sort of a tradition. Tradition is nothing more than peer pressure brought on by our ancestors. While some traditions, I get it, they're sweet. Some of them have held us back from progress in our life, and we don't need to be in those positions. It's time for a new dawn to approach. It's time for a new light to come into your life, and it's time for you to start taking the steps into having that fulfilled. So go rock this. This looks beautiful, looks promising, and I know you're going to do well with this. Stay safe, have fun, baby.